You are listening to the Atlanta Real Estate Forum radio show, all about real estate edition, shining a light on the movers and shakers in the real estate industry, the home builders, developers, realtors, and suppliers making it all happen. And now, here are today's hosts.
Good morning and welcome back to the All About Real Estate edition. I am your host, Todd Schnick, joined by my friend and colleague, Carol Morgan. Before we kick things off, we do want to thank New American Funding for being our 2020 show sponsor, now our 10th year on the air. It has been a great partnership with New American Funding. All right, Carol, I love this company. We've been talking to them on the show for years. They do amazing things in our community. Looking forward to it.
Yeah, this is going to be a great conversation. We're talking with Lynnsey McCarter. She is the sales manager for Jim Chapman Communities and Southwyck Homes. Welcome, Lindsey.
Thank you, guys. I'm glad to be here.
Oh, we're glad to have you. Appreciate you making time to join us. I know you're awfully busy, so thanks for stopping by. Lindsey, before we get into our conversation, much to discuss, take a few seconds. Tell us a bit about you and your background.
All right. So, I've been in real estate in Georgia since 2008. Perfect time to jump in. That's when foreclosures were just starting to hit. I ended up starting with Wachovia Bank, jumped in with 2 feet, got into foreclosures, learned a whole lot really fast, handled properties all up and down the East Coast. Wachovia merged with Wells, things shifted. So then I decided to go to the agent side and did foreclosures on the agent side for many years. Started having children and decided I was very overwhelmed managing over 250 properties with foreclosures and the calls you get all hours of the night and every holiday. So I went to new construction. So I worked with Beazer Homes for several years at different communities and did a lot of business with them. Then decided, hey, I've got kids. I'm restricted to just one place. Let's go back to general real estate, which I really miss. So I moved in and joined with Engel & Volker's Atlanta North Fulton office, which I love dearly. And that's how my role has shifted. So I'm able to do general real estate, but also still dabble with our new construction. And I'm with Jim Chapman Homes now as their sales manager.
What a fantastic background and a great way to, kind of learn the ropes through all that foreclosure mess that we went through. So
absolutely. I think I've done every facet of real estate at some point now. So great. Yeah. Full spectrum now.
Well, and we kind of teased this, I guess, in your introduction, but tell us more about the big news for Jim Chapman Communities and how that relates to Southwyck Homes.
Absolutely. So as everybody probably knows, Jim Chapman Communities has been building homes for over 22 years in our area. But with the ever-changing industry that we're in, there has to be some shift, right? So Jim Chapman has shifted their focus more into rental home communities. With that being said, 2 of their big award-winning communities, Nestledown Farms and the Overlook at Old Atlanta, have now welcomed a builder called Southwyck Homes into the community. It's a kind of a homecoming of sorts because Southwyck was Jim's original business partners in the development of the community. So they're very excited to be back and part of the neighborhood. They'll be building the same plans on the pre-sale lots at both neighborhoods. So we're very, very excited now to have 2 well-known industry leaders in the community.
Yeah, great stuff. Well, we had you on the show because we really wanted to dive in on Southwyck. So go a little deeper there and tell us some of the product you're building in parts of town and all that. Give us the lowdown.
Absolutely. So Southwyck, again, was one of the original partners with Jim in the development of Nestledown Farm and the Overlook at Old Atlanta. They are an award-winning Atlanta-based company with a 45-year history of home building experience. They're known for building homes that feature timeless design, bright open spaces, and custom craftsmanship. They'll be building the same floor plans that Overlook and Nestledown to keep everything kind of looking similar, keep the continuity of the communities. They do build in other neighborhoods all over Metro Atlanta. These neighborhoods that we are in now at Nestledown and Overlook are going to be their 55 plus product, but they do build other homes, custom homes all over.
That's fantastic. And such cool properties. I love both Nestledown Farms and Overlook at Old Atlanta. So let's just dive in a little bit and talk about Nestledown Farms and Coming. Tell us more about that. What are some of the highlights and features of that community?
So Nestledown Farm, right now, we'll kind of dive in and break down what we have going on. So with the Jim Chapman side, we've got some inventory homes. So I've got 5 inventory homes ready to move in. They are beautiful homes. If you've ever toured one, you'll see all of the awesome features that we put in, all the finishes. I think that's one of the things that sets Jim Chapman apart is the type of finishes and upgrades and options that are in the home that people have just come to love. Then at Overlook at Old Atlanta, we only have one single family home on a basement left there that's a Jim Chapman home. So we have one opportunity to get in. Southwyck Homes will be coming in and be doing freestyles at both neighborhoods. So we're very excited about that. But if you don't know a whole lot about Nestledown Farm, they are an award-winning community. We are so excited to say that at the 40th Annual Obie Awards just this past weekend, they won Community of the Year and the Best Amenity Package.
Wow.
Which is a pretty awesome thing for us to talk about.
I'll say award-winning. We should have added that to our introduction. Can you go deeper on the amenities and other features?
Absolutely. So over at Nestledown, it's has wooded home sites. They provide privacy and tranquility. But as far as the amenities in the clubhouse, you have a clubhouse that's decorated for gathering spaces, a catering kitchen. They have a fitness room, an outdoor pool, pickleball, and a community garden. All the homeowners just love that community garden.
Wow. So the community garden, is that mostly vegetable garden, or do people plant flowers in it too? Or what's the
They can kind of do what they want. How I understand, they kind of all go in and they have little sections that they plant. I think a lot of them grow different things, and then they might share what they're reaping out of what they're
So it's
I
just the
love that
vegetables.
trend. I love that part of a community. That's such a neat way for fellowship and building that stronger community. All right. So Overlook, you mentioned it. Not much to talk about since it's probably going to be sold out very, very quickly.
Fairly quick.
Give us some more details on that community.
Absolutely. So Overlook at Old Atlanta actually won Community of the Year last year at the OB. So we have both neighborhoods that are award-winning. But this neighborhood is nestled off Old Atlanta Road with close proximity to parks and major thoroughfares. We have master on the main plans with 3 and 4 bedrooms. The neighborhood is private, gated. Obviously, it's age restricted, like we've already talked about. But the amenities at this neighborhood are amazing as well. So it's got a pool, outdoor fireplace, pickleball, tennis courts. They also have the community garden, and they have walking trails.
Oh, I love the walking trails. That's such a hot trend among communities now. And especially with that 55 plus, walking is one of the most popular outdoor activities.
Yes, they love going out there, getting that fresh air and walking in the nature.
Yeah. And of course, pickleball is incredibly hot. So talk a little bit more about pickleball. How many courts, and do you have teams, and what's going on with that?
So I honestly don't know how they handle it. I would say right now with COVID, that's kind of taken a backseat, especially with this buyer profile. Gathering is just not something they're wanting to do. So what we're seeing more of right now is the walking trails, the outdoor space. They will go to the community garden so they can still get out, but they can still be distanced from everybody. We'll see when things kind of get back to normal, how they regroup. But normally both of these neighborhoods are very, very active, with tennis, with pickleball, with all of the things. Right now, everybody's kind of taking a step back and shifting what they're spending their time on just to be safe with what's going on in the world.
But someday that's going to be enormously popular. Gosh, Carol, when we started the show 1,000 years ago, and we never mentioned the word pickleball. I mean, it wasn't a thing, and now it's just dominating most of our conversations, and especially in these 55 plus communities. I mean, it's all the rage. So,
think you need 20% down to become a homeowner? Think again. What if you could buy a home without a down payment? That's right. New American Funding understands that saving for a down payment can be difficult. They have competitive loan programs that can get you into a new home. Their 100% FHA financing loan program makes getting into a new home with no down payment possible. Let one of their home loan professionals pre-qualify you. Contact a New American Funding loan officer today to find out more about these niche loan programs and start your home ownership journey. For more information, call 678-898-3540. That's 678-898-3540.
Gosh, so you mentioned COVID. So I have to ask, we're nearing the end of 2020. I think we've all survived the recent election. The sun still came up, so that's good news. Speak on how COVID has impacted your business. The industry overall has done very, very well through it, but talk about Jim Chapman.
Yeah, so obviously during the initial shutdown, we had to really quickly adapt. So the 55 plus buyers that we normally see, most of them are face-to-face type people. They don't do Zooms, they don't do video calls, but I will say that our buyers, everybody adapted. They adapted, we adapted, and we did it really quick. We had to get really innovative. So we went down to appointment only just to make everybody feel safe, not only just our sales team, but anybody coming in. We wanted everybody to feel comfortable because let's face it, the world stopped for a little while, but people still had to move. People were in the middle of something, so we can't just stop everything. So we tried everything we could to make it as safe and comfortable for everybody. So with that being said, our sales team really jumped in with 2 feet. We did more video tours for people. Like I said, the buyers were figuring out, we're talking them through how to FaceTime, how to do these things so that we could show them what they needed to know. Video conferences, video tours, also stuff what's called Enter Now in some of our inventory homes. So what that means is you don't have to come to us. You don't have to bring your agent. If you want to see one of our homes, you go through this little procedure and you can get into the home completely by yourself. So very, very safe alternative for them to still see our homes. This definitely helped our serious home buyers have a little more comfort in knowing that they could enter the home with no contact with anybody else. We feel like that was a great step to helping them be more confident in the decisions that they were having to make in that time period. With the use of the great technology, we were still continuing to build and sell. Our sales team would keep people who were under contract that maybe weren't really comfortable leaving their home, but still wanted to know, hey, what's going out in the neighborhood or what's going on with my house? Our sales teams would be out taking pictures, texting them, emailing them, doing a quick little video to show them our builders are still there. Your home is still moving along. And I think that helped reassure everybody. So we just really tried to do what we could during this time to make it as less stressful for everybody as possible. We wanted to take one little piece burden off of them if we could.
Yeah, sounds like you did all the right things. And it's really cool to see how, as an industry, and I guess just as, the entire U.S., everybody has really embraced technology and propelled it forward. And I think that's something that's going to help, everybody, whether you're a 55 plus or, whether you're a first time buyer. And, it's going to help the industry and it's going to help home sales move forward with, more velocity.
I agree. And I think during this time, it's helped people really realize what their next step needs to be. Do they need to move down? Are they in a huge house that it's time to move? Are they stuck in a smaller house that they need to do something bigger or to be closer to family? And so I think the shelter in place orders have really allowed people to really think about that next phase in their life and what they need to do to get there.
Well, it's been interesting for many reasons. People have decided whether they love or hate their spouse, and by the same token, whether they love or hate their house. So house and spouse rhyme. You see where I went with that.
Yes.
But, well, tell us what you've got coming up that you're excited about.
So obviously we talked about the final opportunities that we have on the Jim Chapman side at both neighborhoods. And then for Southwyck, we have villas available at the Overlook at Old Atlanta. So we will have 13 villas. The first building will be coming out of the ground and likely the next 30 days will be starting. We're seeing a lot of interest. We're really excited. Again, it's the same product that Jim Chapman built, just Southwyck is building it. But we're excited to get those up, going, and sold. And then we have some pre-sale opportunities left over at Nestledown Farm. Great lots, great plans that are available. Our same sales teams that have been there through with Jim Chapman are still going to be there. So a lot of the faces that people have come to know at both neighborhoods, they are still going to be there.
Outstanding. Well, sounds like things are good and are going to get better in 2021. So congratulations on all that success and good luck with Southwyck and all that implies. So, Lindsey, before we let you go, should anyone need to connect with you, learn more about Jim Chapman Communities, and most importantly, about Southwyck and Nestledown Farms and Overlook, where do they go?
So right now you can go to jimchapmancommunities.com or you can call Jim Chapman's main line, which is 770-209-2187. Both Jim Chapman and Southwyck do have an online presence. So it'd be Southwyck Homes on the internet. You can reach either place online, very easy.
Lynnsey McCarter, sales manager for Jim Chapman Communities. Lindsey, it was great to have you. Thanks again for stopping by and joining us.
Absolutely. Thanks for having me.
Our pleasure. All right. Well, that wraps this week's All About Real Estate edition. On behalf of our show sponsor, New American Funding, my co-host Carol Morgan, I am Todd Schnick. That's all the time we have for today. Thank you for tuning in and listening, and we look forward to seeing you again right here next week. We'll see you then.
Atlanta Real Estate Forum Radio is made possible by Denim Marketing, the publisher of Atlanta Real Estate Forum, Atlanta's favorite source for real estate and home building news. Denim Marketing is a comfortable fit, like your favorite pair of jeans. Denim Marketing tailors marketing strategies to meet your specific needs and niche. Try them on for size. They will work to create a perfect fit for your company's marketing program. Call them at 770-383-3360 or send an email to info@denimmarketing.com. For more information on Atlanta Real Estate Forum Radio or to inquire about being a guest, contact info@atlantarealestateforum.com. Check out the radio show by visiting atlantarealestateforum.com or by listening to the show on your favorite podcast app. And if you enjoyed today's broadcast, we'd sure appreciate a rating and review on iTunes. Thank you again for listening, and we'll see you next time on Atlanta Real Estate Forum Radio.